Biggest difference in my mindset is I understand it's all a numbers game. I know the amount I'm spending on accounts. I know the win rate of my strategy. I know I can lose multiple trades in a row, but I know with my strategy, all I need is one win that makes back all of my losses plus more.
Do you understand? There is no shortcut. You got to put the work in, you got to put the effort in, you got to put the time in, you got to go through those losses, you've got to feel the pain.
So I was fearful of being stuck in a 9-to-5 job because I've worked as a physiotherapy student doing placements, and I've seen the work that goes in every single day, and I'm like, hell no, this is not something I want to do.
Trading and business, yeah. I see a lot of people saying that trading and business are very, very similar, okay? You should treat your losses and investments and stuff like that. I'm completely against the idea that trading and business are the same, because
over 2 million in funding and almost 1 million in payouts. Crazy numbers. But more importantly, real. These two traders are absolute beasts who have mastered the prop firm game. But what does it take to actually reach this level? Today, we'll be talking about what you need to do to succeed in the trading space, what it's like to deal with high trading numbers, and also how to consistently get payouts. So without further ado, please welcome Zaki and Zamco. Oh, yeah, double Z's. Sweet. So
thank you for having us.
Just a quick introduction. Zamco, I know you've probably done about 5 introductions now, but one more time for the audience, could you just please give 1 or 2 sentences about yourself?
Sure. My name's Zamco. Been trading over 7 years now, of which 6 years were unprofitable. I got my first ever payout last year, and since then I've done over $670,000 in prop firm payouts.
Crazy.
My name is Zaki. I've done $250,000 in payouts in the last 2 years. My parents wanted me to become a doctor. Instead, I became a day trader who trades prop firms. So that's about it.
Okay, nice. Quick question. Are your parents still proud of you?
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
Really?
Yeah, they still want me to go back to uni.
Really?
Absolutely. I'm not even joking.
Why then?
Because it comes down to the fact that, especially within the Asian household, within the South Asian household, having a degree isn't more to do with the fact that you've got a degree and you're smart. It's more to do with status. It's something to gloat about to your cousins back home, your aunties back home. Do you understand? Like, Asian parents will compete against their siblings and their uncles with their kids to use their accolades to increase their own what's the word?
I think I know what you mean.
Increase their own stature within the family space, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So still to this day, I'm the eldest son, but all of my other siblings, they're at uni. My second brother, he's studying law. Sisters in uni as well. My other brother, he rejected Oxford to go to King's to study physics. So everyone in my family is like academically gifted.
Okay.
Every single one of them went to uni. So I've got 4 brothers, 2 sisters. So, and 2 of them aren't at the age to go to uni, but the rest of them, they're all at uni. They're all academically gifted. They're all top of their class and stuff. I'm the eldest son, and I'm the one that hasn't gone to uni. So it looks bad, and it's more like I'm not a failure in the sense, but it's like, oh, he's the only one who hasn't done it. So
the rebel.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Zam, could you have the same thing? Are your parents?
Well, I mean, I did go to university. I did my degree in physiotherapy.
Oh, yes, you did.
And then I just did trading on the side whilst I was in my degree.
Are they content that you're doing trading now instead of...
Oh, yeah, now they are. Now that they see the results, they're like, well, do your thing, go for it.
Okay, sick. Okay, well, so...
Must be nice.
It must be. To dive into your journey then, so you started going to university, right? For like a year, right?
So I was studying pharmacy for 3 years at Keele, and then in the 3rd year, I was like, I can't do this. And then I rang my mom, I told her, listen, I'm coming home. And she knew that I was trying to drop out for like the whole 3 years I was there. I was trying to drop out every single year. I was trying to convince them to let me drop out. But in the 3rd year, I was like, you know what? I'm making enough money. I'm on my 2 feet. I'm paying for my own stuff. I've moved out. So let me just make this decision as a man to obviously drop out. And obviously I rang my mom that night. I said, I'm coming home tomorrow in the morning. Got picked up, and the rest is history. We're here now.
Oh, that's crazy. Like quite drastic then, isn't it?
Yeah, it was literally overnight. I was like, because I was in my bed. I was like, I just can't do this anymore. I don't want to be here.
What was it though? Like, is there anything specific that you didn't enjoy?
Okay, so Keele University is based in Stoke-on-Trent. Yeah, Stoke-on-Trent, Newcastle-under-Lyme, that area. I'm from London.
Okay.
Okay, you put me in a village. I'm used to hustle and bustle. I'm used to the tall
Fast
buildings.
life,
Yeah,
yeah.
do you understand? And then I've come to this area where there's nothing going on. There's nothing, literally. You're stuck at you. Plus, it was COVID years for me as well. So you're in your accommodation or in your flat. Yeah, you're doing online lectures. There's no socializing going on, and then all of a sudden you're expected to pass your thingies and you're expected to be happy. Most of the people there at the time, they were like, I wouldn't say depressed. They were just not happy. But for me, it was the fact that I know there's other things out there and there's other things that I can achieve, and I'm being restricted by being here. If I was in London, if I was doing pharmacy or medicine in London, maybe I would have carried on, because like the campuses here, the vibes here, they're actually something that I would personally enjoy. But over there, it wasn't ideal for me, and based on what I'm surrounded and what I'm used to, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And did you go, when you moved back in with your parents, did you go straight into trading?
No, so I started trading whilst I was uni. So
Okay,
so I started trading in 2020.
Okay.
Do you get me? And then right now it's 2025. I started trading in 2020, and I got my first ever payout 2 years afterwards. Okay, so like 2022, I passed my first FTMO, got my first payout, and then it was up and down there from there, and then slowly consistency started kicking in, and then I'm 5 years deep right now.
Okay, so probably the trading had an influence.
Trading had an influence whilst I was in uni. I was in e-commerce as well. So COVID time kicked in. I was bored. I didn't know what to do. You know how you used to see those ads on Facebook and Instagram saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, start Shopify for £25 a month and you can make a bunch of money." I never believed it, but it was COVID times. I was bored. I thought, you know what? Let me try it. So I just started trying it. Went on YouTube, researched it, learned how to do Facebook ads, how to make creatives, how to find winning products, all of that kind of stuff. Launched my first store. That first store did quite well. Launched my second, didn't do too well. Third one was during COVID times. This was during the uni times as well. COVID times kicked in. Everyone was at home. Everyone was stuck at home, and I'm not sure if you remember, but that was the period where LED lights and all those like interior decoration stuff started popping off. I jumped onto that niche, started selling those products, made a good amount of money, and then I started moving off of Facebook advertising onto TikTok advertising. I learned how to do TikTok ads as well, because that's what the new wave was. And then slowly, whilst I was doing that, I was doing uni, I was learning how to trade, I was learning about prop firms, I was doing a lot of crypto futures as well. So leverage crypto trades I was taking as well. So I was doing all that, and then slowly I stopped doing the e-commerce stuff, focused more on the trading side of things. And I'll be real, if I was to go back to the e-commerce stuff, it wouldn't be dropshipping. I'd be potentially actually starting my own brand, as in using my personal brand, whatever it might be, launching a product that is within my space, and then that would be what I'd be ideally looking to get back into if I was to go back into the e-commerce route, because I've laid out the foundation. I know what I'm doing. I know how to make sales. I know how to make creatives. I know how to run ads. So the skill's still there. I can, if I want to go back to it, I potentially could. It's just got to polish things up and be and change it to the times, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It sounds like you were doing anything and everything, which is crazy. Well, it's good. Entrepreneur mindset, isn't it? So Zamco, what about you? Did you experiment with any other businesses, methods of making money that were legal throughout your venture into trading?
Not really, no.
No?
I mainly stuck to just trading.
You never got shiny object syndrome?
Not really, no.
That's
It was
really
just
good, you know.
trading. I didn't really go into the e-commerce space. I know that was like a thing, but I just stuck to trading.
Yeah.
That was, I just saw the most potential there. So that's where I just stuck my head to.
No, that makes sense. Zaki, for you, the trading potential, when you first started trading, what was your goal? Was it, I want to make as much money as possible, I want to make money quick? Like, what was it? What was the intention?
I think that question is a question that is that I think every trader has the same answer. It comes down to the money. It's you sit on the charts for maybe an hour, 2 hours a day. If you're a scalper, day trader, whatever it might be, you can make enough money. You can make a day's wage, a month's wage within a couple of minutes, and then
a year's wage.
A year's wage for some within a couple of minutes, and then of course that it gives you that freedom. So it's like, it gives you that freedom. Money doesn't become an issue. And I actually believe that once you master trading, it gives you the freedom to do what you love, if that makes sense. So even like Zamco, I know for a fact he hates trading. Am I correct? Yeah. He hates trading. Yeah. Me personally, I enjoy trading because of the fact that it gives me, it makes me feel good over the fact that there's 95% of the world that can't do this one thing and I can extract money for the market. So for me, it's an ego thing. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
But for him, I know he doesn't like it. But the thing that we both have in common is we can extract money from the markets. Money is no longer an issue. We can now pursue something, that not only will pay us, that we enjoy as well. Because once you take money out and money is no longer a factor, you can actually chase your dreams.
Yeah.
Trading shouldn't be the end goal, if that makes sense.
Okay.
That's the philosophy I've got.
As in the end goal of making money. So you
Trading
it's kind
is
of like
just
a cash
is the
cow.
bread. Yes, like trading itself pays your bills. It pays your rent. It pays whatever you need to get paid. It removes the stress of making money, so you can actually enjoy what you enjoy doing. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So for me, one thing I enjoy doing is content. Do I get paid from content? Not really. Like my personal brand, I've got two sides of it. I've got Cypher, which is my trading stuff, and I've got my own personal I Am Zaki stuff. The I Am Zaki content that I make, there's more volume in that, but that doesn't pay me. TikTok creativity program doesn't pay me. I don't have to go on TikTok shop and then try and push affiliate products down people's throats.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I can make content because I enjoy making content, and
You don't need the money.
I don't need the money to make content. Does it make sense?
Got
And
you.
at some point, when I'm consistent with it, the money will come because obviously snowball effect. You'll get to a stage where it does pay you a substantial amount. But for the average creator, the average person that's on TikTok or on social media, when they're making content for money.
Yeah.
And that's where the whole idea of selling your soul comes in. All these creators will come, they'll sell their souls for a check. And then because they genuinely need it. Whereas we're in a position, alhamdulillah, where we don't have to worry about the money. We can make content because we genuinely enjoy it. Does it make sense?
Yeah, makes total sense. Zamco, you're nodding your head. Do you agree that trading is not the end goal?
Yeah, definitely. It's
Yeah.
not the end goal. I just want to sit on a boat and fish. That's
Well,
my
you like
end goal.
fishing, yeah?
I've never done it, but I want to.
Okay. Do you reckon you have the patience for it?
I feel like I do.
Yeah.
I'm not a patient guy.
That's what I was going to say. You're a scalper, is it?
No, I'm a day trader.
Day trader.
But I feel like I don't really have many hobbies, but I would really, I don't know, I really like the fact of just catching my own food, cooking it and just eating it.
He's a primal man.
Yeah.
Like I want a clay oven in my garden. I just want to be throwing meat in there and just cooking
Yeah.
it. That's my end goal, just chilling,
Yeah.
catching my own food.
That sounds like
and eating
living
it.
like ICT. I think ICT lives at that, apparently.
Oh, I don't want to be linked to him.
Anyway. Yeah, I think trading is an interesting one because, I see it more as like a cash cow. Like use it to pump into other businesses that you have a passion for. But
It's a bit of a paradox, and I'll tell you why.
yeah,
So yes, use it to obviously pump money into your whatever other ventures you want. But then if you're trading from a place of need and a place of necessity, that's when you get destroyed. So then you have to offset that by initially having some other form of income. So you start off with another form of income, obviously giving you that stability. Trading comes in. You make enough money from trading where you have a buffer that takes off that pressure of your financial pressures. Maybe you kick off the first thing that you're doing, your stable income, go all in on trading. But when you trade from a place of necessity, that's when you get destroyed. So it's a bit of a paradoxical or oxymoronic scenario where, yes, we use trading to achieve financial freedom, but you can't achieve financial freedom with trading until you stabilize yourself with your finances. Does that make sense? That's my philosophy anyway. It's like if I'm in a position where I'm struggling or I'm worrying about rent, I'm worrying about where food's gonna come on. The trades I'm taking aren't going to be trades that I'm going to be taking because they're good trades. I'm going to be taking trades because I'm trying to make money.
Yeah.
So instead of going for a 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio or 1-to-2, which is what my normal TP would be, I'll try and extend it because I need the money. And then from there, it reverses and it comes back to your break even. And then all of a sudden you think, you know what, let me go ahead and move the break even back to original entry. And then you get hit stop loss. And then the whole cycle just continues and reference trading kicks in. But that's all that all happens when you trade from a place of need.
okay.
Does it make sense?
So
it's a bit of a weird one because it's like, number one, yes, we want it to be something that gives us the freedom, but in order to have that freedom, you need the stability first. And that's where I think a lot of people lack.
Got you.
Does it make sense?
In the form of a job or a 9 to 5.
A job,
or
9 to 5,
another source.
whatever it might be. So literally for me, initially for me, it was my e-commerce income that was giving me that stability. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. Without my job, that would have really made my trading much more difficult. I only got my job like 3 years ago, and that's what gave me consistent income to put into the challenges that I was buying. So if I didn't have that, I would have really struggled. But because I had a set income coming in, then I could pursue trading much more easily.
Okay. So do you think trading should have a higher, what's the word? Entry, like it shouldn't be as easy to get into trading because a lot of people, well, I'd probably imagine most people get into trading to make money, quick money, because they're struggling financially.
Yeah, but I think it definitely takes money to make money. So you can't come into trading completely broke expecting to make money. It's just not going to happen. You need some sort of income or some sort of money coming in from somewhere to finance your trading.
Yeah.
You're going to lose money. That's why you have to have money to burn.
And what do you think about, let's say someone doesn't have a lot of money to burn, opening up a personal £100 in there
Starting up.
and just building that slowly? Do you reckon it's not realistic? Like, let's say aiming for 10%. Do you think it's just not, it doesn't mimic what you're trying to accomplish in the long term?
I just want to know what pyramid scheme they're part of. You know, the man there that we inside the WeWork offices, they'll be like, yeah, guys, copy trading. Yeah, make 2% a day. Compound it to 3.6 million. That man there.
I saw a funny one the other day. I think it was an advert. It was like, I want to see the person started out with either £100 or £1,000 personal. And I think by the end of the first year, 10K, and then the second year, like 2 mil. And I'm like, wow, that is that possible?
It's definitely possible, but
you think so?
It's not probable because I've turned like £100 into £25,000. Now, if I had not been stupid, I could have grown that like very, very systematically with risk management, but it's not realistic.
Yeah.
Most people literally will just blow it. So if you're just that guy, maybe you can do it, but generally, no. I don't think it's really probable for anyone to do that.
How long did it take to go from £100 to 25K?
That was like within 2 weeks.
What?
I was over leveraging everything. That's why. I was just full porting every single trade.
What number were you trying to get to?
I was trying to get to 10K, but I just surpassed that, and I'm just like, all right, I'm on 25, and then I lost it all in one day.
The only way I see you doing that is if you've got your higher time frame direction and you're just going to go ahead and trade towards that direction consistently. And then regardless of your stop loss, regardless of thingy, because you're not restricted by prop firm drawdowns, regardless of your stop loss, you're just very confident that the market will go to that target.
Yeah.
So wherever I'm entering, my stops, it doesn't matter because I know it's going to go. That's what you did.
It was mainly just gold sells. Gold kept dropping. I just kept taking sells every day.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Trade with a trend. Okay, nice. Well, to talk about the prop firm journey then, you mentioned that you've been on it since 2020?
So I started trading 2020 and then 2022 is when I got my first FTMO. And then from there, it's just been onwards and upwards,
Okay. So when you originally started trading prop firms, first of all, what attracted you to prop firms? And second of all, how did you find the first experience of like the risk management side of things?
What attracted me to prop firms? The idea that you can play around with money that you'll never have in your bank account, to be honest. Like, I'm never going to have 100 grand just sat there waiting for me to trade. And even if I do,
might.
But it would be stupid of me to put that into a live account, especially with the lack of experience and the lack of risk tolerance and pain tolerance that I've got. The 100 grand is going to go down to 50 the next week, then 25 the next week, and the next day it will be 0. So it's just the idea that I can get access to this kind of capital and I can make a certain percentage on it on a month-to-month basis. And that in itself, I don't have to worry about flipping my account. I don't have to worry about going from 500 to 10,000. I don't have to worry about that. All I need to do is set a certain percentage per month, 2% to 4% per month on that certain account, get paid out, and then I'm happy. Bear in mind, this was during the days where prop firms had time limits. So your phase one had to be within 30 days. Phase 2 had to be within 30 days as well. And thinking of it now, that's crazy. You're asking me to make 8% or 10% within 30 days. That's insane. Yeah, similarly, 5% in 30 days isn't that bad. But 8% to 10% within 30 days without blowing your account and just purchasing another one. Like, you can do it if you've got multiple accounts and you go
Yeah.
ahead and just over risk. But if you're going to be applying strict risk management within your evaluation phases, asking me to make 8 to 10% within 30 days is crazy. So I don't know, and no one complained about it. That's the thing. No one was
normal, innit?
it was
Yeah.
normal. Yeah, and thinking back to that time, it's like, how did we as traders let that slip? It's a weird one.
Yeah. What do you think, Zamco? How did you find the time restraints, time limits, and just your overall first experience into prop firms?
I just started off by risking quite heavy. Yeah, sure, it was like 1% risk per trade, but I'll take like 4 or 5 trades in a day. If I lose all of them, that's my daily drawdown done. So the time limit didn't really affect me. I'd blow the account within the week. If I haven't passed it, I'll blow it within the week.
Yeah.
So time limit did not matter.
Yeah.
Even now, like, all I need is 2 days, and
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think the prop firm space has definitely come a long way, like from when it first started, because I know it started for like, if I'm not mistaken, early 2010s. I think
Probably around.
it might have been
2015, I
around.
believe, is when
FTMO. was-
FTMO kicked in.
around
2015 or
then.
2017, and I think that's what pushed it. Yeah,
But they really got popular over the last few years, probably since like
Yeah.
COVID times.
yeah.
What, if you could pick, what rules would you say need to come in to the prop firm space to assist traders while also being realistic and fair to both parties?
Do you want to go first?
No, you go for it.
You've got
think-
something to say, I can tell.
I think right now the entry into prop firms is way too easy. Okay, I
Okay.
feel like right now you've got a $200,000 account, let's say, from averages around $1,000, all right? A $200,000 account, whichever firm you're thinking, yeah. I think that barrier to entry is too easy. I think that should at least be between 5 to 7 grand for 200,000. All right, increase it dramatically, decrease the profit targets.
To what?
3%, 4%.
Okay.
Put back in the time limits of 30 days, because if you can't make 3% to 4% within 30 days, it's a bit peak. Yeah,
Okay.
and I think that would make it would get rid of people that just purchase accounts to gamble, and then you understand that.
Yeah.
And then it actually make people take the accounts a lot more seriously as well. Like,
Okay.
if I'm spending 5,000 to 7,000 on a $200,000 account, I'm not going to be doing stupid shit. Does it make sense? I'm allowed to say shit.
Yeah, good.
I'm not going to be doing stupid shit. It's going to make me a more disciplined thingy. Of course, the amount of money is subjected per person. $1,000 might be a lot to one person. It might not be a lot to another. But if the barrier to entry was a lot higher, there'll be more serious individuals. Do you understand? I also feel like the prop firms wouldn't have issues with cash flow because they've got more money coming in. And when it comes down to payouts, people aren't going to be doing crazy amounts of numbers with payouts because they're too scared to lose that 5 or 7 grand they spent on challenges.
Yeah.
So then it balances out the prop firms' issues of cash flow. Traders are still getting paid. And then if prop firms want to go ahead and use that data for whatever they want to do, they can do that as well. I feel like that would make it a lot easier. Right now, what you've got is a bunch of this is going to be a bit out of pocket, but you've got the bottom feeders, if that makes sense, purchasing accounts for proper cheap, and then not respecting those accounts.
Okay.
Does it make sense? And I think that's a massive issue within the industry.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I guess I'm a bottom feeder then.
I was going to say, when you say disrespecting their accounts, so do you mean over leveraging and just trying to rush through the...
It's like this. If this is, again, it comes down to me personally as well. It's like when I purchase an account, for let's say $400 from a prop firm, or let's say I'm purchasing let's say I'm purchasing a account for 200K account for $400 to $600, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I can buy the account over 10 times, then I'm not gonna have the same respect that I would have if I actually had real $200,000 in my account. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
If I had real money in a live account, $200,000, the way I trade and the respect I'd have for that money would be a lot different. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And that in itself would solve a lot more problems in the sense where I'm less likely to blow the account.
Yes.
Make sense?
Because you're being safer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it is. it all comes down to respect. It's the fact that the space that we're in, the time that we're in, we need to be grateful for it, because 20 years ago we wouldn't have this opportunity. Does it make sense? But because the barrier to entry is so easy, and because a lot of prop firms are struggling, they will take anyone and anything, any business they can. Does it make sense? Because there's so many competitors, there's so many people in the space. A lot of prop firms are struggling. So the barrier to entry, if it was a lot harder, and you had serious people taking these challenges, and people that respect their accounts and respect the money, I feel like the whole space in itself would be a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that definitely makes sense. Zamco, what do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree with him. There would be a lot more respect for the accounts. I wouldn't be rushing through accounts, blowing them left, right, and center along the way. So I feel like he's definitely onto something. There would be much more respect. You get more serious traders, and you wouldn't have people like me cycling through 20 accounts in a week or something.
Yeah.
So he is right.
Okay.
But I kind of need them how they are right now.
Yeah.
But the thing
money.
is with him, his risk tolerance and his pain tolerance, I don't think there's anyone else within the space that has that. Do you understand? I don't have that. The average trader doesn't have that. So for him, it might work as of right now. The average trader is gonna just gamble their accounts, lose them, and then it's gonna spiral down the casino route. Just buy again. Do you understand? His risk tolerance, his pain tolerance, he's been trading for like 7 years now. He's built that up over 7 years. I don't think anyone else has that. So that's the main difference, I'd say, between him and an average trader that's just getting into it.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, it makes definitely. So increasing the barrier to entry by increasing the prices of challenges so that people respect the challenges more.
And then obviously decreasing your profit targets. Because
so it's more realistic.
Yeah, and you want these traders to get paid as fast as possible. And again, when prop firms give payouts, the traders are happy. The prop firms' actual presence online, presence on social media increases. More customers get attracted because obviously they're paying people out. Yeah, there's no issue of cash flow.
Yeah.
And everyone's happy.
Do you reckon it'll be... Because I would imagine if the prices were to like drastically increase, let's say 3, 4, 5x, then it really would become a matter of you need to only go with the best of the best prop firms that are trusted and so forth. And also a lot of people just... Not it would cut away the people that are just unfortunately have access to less money. Do you think it will slightly make the prop firm space a rich man's game?
I think the prop firm space should be a rich man's game.
You think so?
I think it should be. I don't think anyone should be able to just randomly have the capability of trading a $200,000 account without working for it substantially. Like, if it's like this, if it takes me 7 months to save up to purchase a 200k eval, and obviously the profit targets are less, it shows that I'm actually, what's the word I'm looking for? I put effort in to actually purchase the valuation. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I hope that answers your question.
No, I know what you mean.
I feel like it should be a rich man's game. Like, you shouldn't be going into like. If you it comes down to the idea of it comes down to the idea of that when you trade from a place of need, a place of necessity, you will struggle. But a person who's spending $7,000 or $8,000 on a prop firm evaluation, he's not in a place of need and necessity. He's got money elsewhere. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
What would that do for his trading?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Okay. That does make sense. Okay. Zamco, what do you think? Do you think should trading be a rich man's game? Or, because I'd imagine when you make it a rich man's game, you're likely cutting off a lot of potentially good traders that just haven't ever had the money, or let's say if you haven't had a stable 9 to 5 to be able to save up the money. Do you think it's fair?
I'm not the one to decide if it's fair or not, but I know that I wouldn't be in the position that I am if it was a rich man's game. If prop firms weren't about and it wasn't so easy to get into it, I wouldn't be where I am. So I guess I would just be looking up at the ivory tower wishing I was there.
Yeah.
But if it was a rich man's game, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
That's very...
Let me ask you the scenario, So imagine you've gone back to your 9 to 5 job, whatever that used to be, yeah. The challenge for, let's say, an evaluation, a 200k evaluation is, let's say it's $5,000, right? Let's say the profit target is a lot lower, yeah. Let's also say that, okay, cool. Just for example, let's say that the prop firm had a higher profit split. Maybe it's 100% profit split, whatever it might be. Your challenges, your target's a lot lower. The money that you're actually making, all of it's yours. The barrier to entry is a lot higher. You're going to be saving maybe 3, 4, 5 months, that $5,000 to purchase that account. The likelihood of you passing it is going to be higher because it's only 4% or 3%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the likelihood of you getting to pay out and keeping all that is also higher as well. But now you respect it, and now you respect the money that's being made. And then obviously when it comes down to it, the consistency kicks in on a 200k account, 2%, 4%, whatever it might be. That in itself is enough to go ahead and reinvest into other accounts once you get to that 200 stage. Would you not say?
Fair enough, yeah. Once you make that money from those accounts, then you can put it back into purchasing more. But even now, like, I spend a lot on challenges. Like, within a month, I can spend £20,000 on just challenges. So imagine if accounts were 5 times that.
Yeah.
Even then, with my payouts, I wouldn't be able to survive.
Okay, fairs.
Yeah.
If the questions are getting too much, just let me know, yeah?
Nah, go for it, man. Throw whatever you want at me.
Yesterday I said we're gonna have arguments, debates. So
That's what we want.
Go for it.
No, I'm just joking. Okay, cool. That's definitely giving me some food for thought, because I've never really thought about it, like if it should be a rich man's game or just whether the barrier to entry should be higher or lower. But yeah, it's definitely interesting for sure. But in terms of actually trading these funded accounts that you guys both have, what would you say helps you to actively deal with like the pressure that comes with it? Like before you enter, do you still feel like your heart beating out your chest, your hands a little bit shaky, you getting ready to click buy or sell? Or now are you just at a stage where nonchalant, this is just another trade and yeah, it's just what I do?
Yeah, when I trade now, I do not care. I'll just press buy, sell. I reap. Whatever the outcome is, it is what it is. I can blow the account, buy another one, and just do it again and again.
Does that not impact the quality of setups you take? Because you don't have any attachment to the trade, if that makes sense. You're like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to take it because I'm going to take it. But
ironically, not anymore. Previously, yes.
Yeah.
But not anymore. Now, I just can't be asked to go through the challenges again and all of that. So I do just kind of wait for my setups. I just take a buy if the setup presents itself. But then if it doesn't work out, I really don't care. It doesn't really bother me.
Okay.
I think it comes down to pain tolerance as well. So like right now, if I'm trading a 200k, 100k, yeah, it's not that deep. I don't feel anything when I'm taking these positions. But there was once upon a time where a 100k account, the thought of losing $1,000 on a 1% risk trade, it made me
made you sick.
It made me sick to my stomach. And I'm being serious. Like my first ever 100k eval, it was an MFF one, and I remember this. Yeah, my first ever 100k eval. I was in a lab in pharmacy, a pharmacy lab, and I've just entered a long position in US 30. I've slapped 80 lots on, yeah, 80 lots, risking 1%, yeah, and I'm targeting a 1 to 8, so I can try and pass the whole thing in one trade, yeah. Cool. It's this 8% profit target. I'm like, cool. Now, we're in a lab. I shouldn't be on my phone. So I'm wearing my lab coat, my phone's here, and I'm just looking at it under the table, right? And I'm seeing the numbers fluctuate up and down. It's going to plus 500, minus 500, going down to 600, 700. And I'm just seeing those numbers, yeah, and I'm thinking, shit, what's going on? To the extent that I started to like start panting. I started hyperventilating in the lab. Okay?
Panic attack.
Like full-on panic attack in the lab. I was thinking, shit, what's going on? Like if I lose this 1,000, that's 1%, yeah, but it's like $1,000. That's crazy, yeah. So I was literally like seeing the red on the MT5 and being in that lab, I started like hyperventilating and stuff. And then the assistants in the lab, they can clearly see that I'm physically like distraught. So they've taken me out of the lab, they've taken me into a side room, they put me on the floor, legs up on the chair in the air. Yeah, and then the mental health counselors coming down said, is everything okay? Is everything okay at home? Has your girlfriend left you? Blah, blah, all these things, yeah. And I can't say that now I'm in a US 30 long. Like, I can't say that. I can't tell that, yeah, I'm in a US 30 long. So I'm just there, thinking, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm just making up excuses. And then, like, yeah, once you're ready, come back in, yeah. So I'm sat in that room by myself. I've got my phone out. I'm watching the trade. It hits 1 to 8. Yeah, I calm down.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I hit TP. Yeah, I calm down. And then I went back into the lab.
With
So
the
that
biggest
was
smile on your face.
Yeah,
just-
I felt good. It was an amazing feeling. I didn't. Actually, was that account? I passed that account. Yeah, I passed that account. Again, that was the second. The phase 2 was again 1 to 5, one trade. I passed that as well. But yeah, so that in itself, now that doesn't faze me. It's the pain tolerance has drastically increased. Yeah, I can use $2,000 in 5 minutes. It doesn't faze me anymore. Doesn't make sense. But I feel like the more money you have in your account, yeah, it's just increasing your tolerance. Like right now, I don't think I'm in a position where I can trade $1 million account, because 1% risk on $1 million, that's 10 grand. 10 grand, isn't it? Yeah, losing 10 grand in one sitting, I don't think I've got the tolerance for that as of now.
Yeah.
But over time, once I'm used to losing 10,000, 10,000,
Yeah.
10,000, maybe
build a
then
muscle.
I'll build that tolerance. Does it make
Yeah.
sense? So back to your question, it comes down to exposing yourself to the pain, exposing yourself to that risk, getting used to the loss, and then just being nonchalant, gaining a certain amount of composure as you go along.
Okay.
That's how
Yeah.
I feel.
So essentially, what I gather is you have to experience it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Those negative feelings
In
until
order
they
to-
become normal.
Yeah,
That's
literally how it is.
and you don't think there's any way around it. It's just like a rite of passage kind of thing.
So I wouldn't say there's no way around it. Like, there's certain people that I know, yeah, they trade investors' money, right? One of my friends, he actually trades investors' money. So it's a couple million. I think it's 3 million or something like that. But he trades that. But the thing is, he doesn't trade it on a $3 million account. He trades it on a $5,000 account, and that money gets replicated onto the 3 million copy traded. Does it make sense?
Okay.
So the positions he's entering on that 5K, yeah, his risk management, all that, for his psychology is fine, yeah. But on the back end, he can't see it, but on the back end, that's getting replicated on a $3 million account in terms of whatever X percentage it might be. That's getting replicated. So I think that might be a way you can go around it.
A
But
cool little hack.
yeah, that's what he does, and I think that's a normality within like the investor space, that they trade the smaller accounts, but they're linked to the larger ones.
That would make a lot of sense.
You get me?
Because trading 3 million must be
Yeah, it's crazy.
in one go. Like 1% is what, 30k.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could get very tense quickly. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I think trading, particularly in the beginning, you're gonna feel all those negative nerves. You're gonna be anxious because you're just thinking about the money at that point, and you're just, even if you've got, I feel like personally, even if you've got a stable income, whenever you enter, you still have the dreams like, oh yeah, this is gonna make me rich, and the excitement starts kicking in. But when there's excitement, there's also despair when you start going into drawdown, and when you have the numbers that are in red and it keeps going down, and you see the candles ticking towards your like stop loss, it's probably the worst feeling ever.
and I'll make another point on that. I think whoever made MetaTrader, the mobile phone app, the version, they made that to make retail traders fail, because why can I not change the colors? I can change my chart colors, I can change red and green chart colors, but I can't change the colors of me going to drawdown and me going into profit. It will always stay red, it always stays blue. So whoever made that, they know what they're doing.
Good point.
They've made it so
Good point.
we're handicapped.
Can you do on C-Trader? Can you change the?
You can't do on C-Trader. On C-Trader, it's not red, it's orange.
Yeah,
The drawdown's orange. So
it helps a bit.
It helps a bit, but when you see it bright red right at the top,
it's
not.
disgusting, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's not nice at all.
Nah, trading is funny, man. Okay, so again, let's go back to when you guys were first, let's say not struggling, but just part of the journey, like the beginning. What were the things that helped you guys a lot in terms of, from a psychological standpoint, to get into the next, let's say, break-even point, or maybe just slightly profitable? Were there any particular things that you done or saw online that helped you?
I wasn't profitable for 6 years, so I was stuck in a cycle of bad psychology. So it's kind of hard for me to pinpoint anything that really changed. It's pretty much the same for me the whole way. But the moment I got my first payout, that just changed everything for me.
Yeah.
So I guess it was just seeing the results of my strategy that helped me have the confidence to be able to stick to it and really trust it. But before that, I was stuck in a very bad psychological loop for 6 years. So I don't know what help I could give for that.
Yeah. But I think within that 6 years of trading and losing, there's some serious resilience, and like to be able to do that, not a lot of people are doing it. Like that's a very rare trait, I'd say. But something kept you going throughout that process.
Yeah.
What was that?
Fear of being stuck.
Okay.
I cannot be put into a corner or trapped. That's one of the worst feelings for me, and that's where I have to perform. So anywhere where I feel stuck or trapped, I have to perform. So I was fearful of being stuck in a 9-to-5 job because I've worked as a physiotherapy student doing the placements, and I've seen the work that goes in every single day, and I'm like, hell no, this is not something I want to do.
Not worth the money, innit?
Not worth the money. I'm hearing people constantly complaining about like the hours, the pay, and I'm like, well, you're like 50 years old and you're still here earning that. So it was not something that I could be stuck in, and that fear was like, no, I have to get out of this.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
What was the question?
The question was, what were you doing like during the first few months or year when you were still trying to get to that break-even / profitable stage? What hacks or tips or nuggets did you use to help get to that next level, essentially?
I don't think that question in itself is a good question, and the reason I say that is because it's like you're asking me, what's the shortcut? And I don't believe there is a shortcut. Do you understand? There is no shortcut. You got to put the work in, you got to put the effort in, you got to put the time in, you got to go through those losses, you've got to feel the pain. But if there was an answer, my answer would be you would have to adopt the habits that someone who's successful and the person you want to become would have. So what are the habits of a 6-figure funded trader? What are the habits of someone who's making consistent payouts? What are these person's habits? Emulate them.
Okay.
Yeah. That would potentially make your journey a little bit faster. But that question in itself, I believe like there is no shortcut. That's my answer.
Reverse engineer success.
Yeah, basically.
How do you spot a real successful trader then, like from the fakes and because there's a lot, I'm sure there is a lot of fakes in the industry.
Just go onto my page.
Follow Zamco. What is it? What lets you know that they're actually serious or just they are about what they say? Is there anything in particular that you should look out for?
You know, I'll be honest with you. I've met a lot of traders. I've met good ones, bad ones. And what I'll say is, the way the industry is and the way that things are right now, unless you know those people like properly and you've had a conversation with them, you can never tell.
Okay.
Do you understand? I think the whole social media place is a facade. Most of the people are facades. And I don't think there's a way you can differentiate that as of right now. Like, yeah, people will say, oh, yeah, slap on your MyFX book or slap on your, let's see how many payouts you've got. Yeah. But recently you've realized that MyFX book can be manipulated. When it comes down to payouts, it's like, cool, you might have had $40,000 from payouts from this one firm, but if you spent $30,000 in challenges, you're only 10K up. So it's like, you're not seeing what's behind
the whole context.
The whole context. So I don't believe that you can actually, unless you sit down with them and have a conversation with them and, you know, actually get to know them for maybe a couple of days. Yeah. I don't think you actually can, like, just from face value, checking on social media, determine whether someone's verified or not.
Okay.
Does it make sense? What do you think?
So
I think now that my understanding of the market is much better, I understand how price moves and everything. So if I look at their strategy and I can tell they know what they're talking about, they understand where the market's moving and why, that kind of gives me an indicator that they do know what they're on about. They probably do know how to trade.
Okay, let me give you a counter argument to that. What do you think about trend lines?
Trend lines.
People who trade trend lines.
I'm not a fan of them.
Do you think you can be profitable trading trend lines?
Yes, I think you can.
Would you, based on your strategy that you currently use, would you say trend lines is something that you would use for entries or something you use for targets for take profits?
I would just never use them for anything.
No, I'm just talking about in general. So like when you see a trend line, do you see it as an opportunity to get in the market, or do you see it as like this guy, whoever's getting in is getting wicked out, they're getting destroyed?
I usually use it for targets.
Okay, cool. So based on that, yeah, Tory Trades, yeah, she says that she's profitable with trend lines, yeah. A lot of people didn't believe it. She recently came out with broker statements and whatever it might be, yeah. So how can you tell with her? Because when I look at trend lines, I think whoever trades trend lines, they're not profitable. You can't be profitable by trading trend lines because my understanding of the market is one, yeah. But her understanding of the market is another. She trades trend lines, which is, from what I know, probably from what you know as well, it's not something that you can actually make money from consistently. But now she's come out with broker statements. So where's that middle ground? Where do you go from here? Do you see the
That's a
issue
good
there?
point, because any strategy technically can work as long as you implement it correctly and you go about it the right way. Sure, fair enough, it can work. So I guess you're right. My understanding of the market might be different to someone's. So if it doesn't align, that doesn't necessarily mean they're also not profitable. Fair enough. That's a good point. I haven't considered that. I guess, well, when it comes to payouts, yeah, you know what, you're right. Because you don't know how much they've spent.
Exactly.
Because I've spent quite a lot, but I mean, it's still over 600% ROI, but I get what you mean. You can't really tell.
You won't get the whole picture.
It's a weird one. It's like I said, everything's a facade. Everything has the potential of being a facade. It's just until you sit down with that person and you understand the individual, I don't think the numbers you see on the screen give you an accurate representation of what kind of trader that individual is. Does it make sense?
Okay. So
like
then,
if I meet a trader, for example,
yeah,
say he's sitting opposite me right now, yeah. And for example, he claims that he's, I don't know, he's done 500,000 in payouts, yeah. He's done 500,000 in payouts, but then his tendencies, the way he speaks, the way he talks about money, is that of someone who hasn't made that kind of money. Then that will raise red flags. It's like, cool, you've done apparently 500,000 in payouts, but you're complaining, for example, about, I don't know, £500 shoes. I'm just using that as a thingy. It's like something doesn't add up. That makes sense. All right, you made $500,000 in payouts. Why are you still living with your mother? Do you understand? Like stuff like that. So it's more to, like I said, I can't actively determine it just by what I see on your MT5, your MT4, your payouts. I would have to sit down with you, see what your relationship with money is, see what your relationship with obviously, if there's a certain lifestyle you'd have to live if you're making that kind of money. If it doesn't match that, red flags. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. You need to get the whole picture, essentially, the 360 view. Okay, so...
Not saying if you live with your mother, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, of course not. Saves your money. Okay, so considering you can't really spot who's real and who's fake, and you mentioned that you can reverse engineer the successful traders, you two, what could someone who's unprofitable learn from you that could help them along their journey?
What do you mean? Help them in what way?
Just whether it's psychologically, like how to better deal with losses, or maybe from like a technical standpoint. I know technical can be a bit tricky because everyone's got their own strategy, but let's say maybe if we just focus on psychology, is there something that helped you maybe deal with losses better, or maybe not have FOMO when you're about to enter and so forth?
So I think now the biggest difference in my mindset is I understand it's all a numbers game. I know the amount I'm spending on accounts. I know the win rate of my strategy. I know I could lose multiple trades in a row, but I know with my strategy, all I need is one win that makes back all of my losses plus more. So I know my numbers. So when you go about trading with prop firms especially, it's just a numbers game. It's just a business cost for the challenges, and you got your return on investment when you're on the funded stage, and your strategy works out. So I just go about it that way. Think about it. It's just all numbers. It's all statistics. You just need to know if the numbers are in your favor, and that's through back testing, forward testing. So the moment you do that, then you can detach from the money and understand it's a long-term statistical game, and you just keep repeating the same process. And the edge just plays out over time.
Yeah.
So it's having the data backing up your strategy and just understanding it's a numbers game.
So you need to let the numbers play out.
Exactly.
By executing. Makes sense. And Zaki, what about you?
You're gonna have to repeat the question.
What can someone learn from you as a profitable trader, as a successful trader, that can help them along their journey?
I would say, don't make trading your priority.
Okay, what about if it has to be someone's priority? Let's say
Then
this
you shouldn't
is...
be trading.
Okay. So we need to sort...
You need to sort out your other affairs.
Yeah. Okay.
Get your mental in check. Get your family in check. Get your if you've got a baby mama that's gonna cause you problems, get her in check. Yeah. Then attack the charts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
That's literally it. It's like, yeah.
So...
It shouldn't be a priority. It should be something like, when I'm taking trades, I'm not active. It's like this. New York session for me will kick in. Yeah. I trade New York AM, New York PM. New York will kick in. Yeah. I'll mark up what I need to mark up. Yeah. But after that, alerts are set. Yeah. I'm doing my other stuff. I'm doing the agency work. I'm doing whatever else needs to be done. Only if my alerts get thingy will I look at the charts. I'm a scalper. I'm in and out within 30 minutes. Makes sense?
Yeah.
I made it very, very passive for me. It's not something I'm actively involved in.
Yeah.
And because I'm so passive with it, yeah, and I take what the market gives me, I'm able to achieve the profits and the rewards that I've managed to achieve. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If I was actively from the start of New York till the end of New York, marking out my highs and lows and looking at the chart 24/7, every 1 minute candle, I'm going to end up getting rigged out. I'm going to end up getting destroyed. Whereas if I just mark out what I need to, set alerts, yeah, do my other work, which is, let's be real, trading itself, it's not a business. It's not something that's going to make you money in your sleep. You have to actually actively be on the charts to make the money, okay?
Yeah.
Unless you're a swing trader and you're holding positions overnight, but that's beside the point. Prioritize something that's going to build you money, wealth over time, and it's going to pay you in your sleep. Yeah, for me, that's my agency work that I do.
Yeah.
And then trading is passive. Does it make sense?
Okay. So essentially, which sounds quite crazy, but don't get into trading for money. Because when you get into for money, you're adding...
No, everyone's goal for trading is money.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be too attached to that, to the money, if that makes sense. Like, yes, do it for the money, but don't get attached to the money.
So initially...
This is the best way to explain it, all right? Trading and business, yeah. I see a lot of people saying that trading and business are very, very similar, okay? You should treat your losses, investments and stuff like that. I'm completely against the idea that trading and business are the same, because with business, yeah, there are so many factors that are controllable, all right? So let's say, for example, I own a coffee shop, yeah? Coffee runs out, yeah? I can go to Sainsbury's, Tesco's, grab more coffee beans and whatever, come back to my coffee shop and then carry on selling and making money. When I hit a stop loss on a trade, yeah, I can't force the market to give me another opportunity to then go ahead and take another position and make money back. If I've taken that loss, unless another setup phones for me, unless the market gives me another opportunity, yeah, I'm not making that money back. I'm not making money on the day. There's so many things that you can't control within trading. The only thing you actually can control is, number one, your entry and your risk. Okay, that's all you can control. Those are the only two factors you control: the entries that you take and the risk that you have during the trade. Okay, apart from that, everything else is out of your control. If the market decides to go ahead and sell you, you can't do anything about it. There's nothing you can do. With entrepreneurship, with businesses, something could go wrong right now. I make a phone call, it gets fixed. The servers go down with, I don't know, a website, get that fixed. There's things you can actively do. There's factors that you can control to actually make things work out in your favor. With trading, you can't. So there's no point in trying to put all your eggs in trading and trying to put all your effort in trading, because when you try and force a market, a forex market's like $3 trillion per day. You're trying to force a $3 trillion market to go in your favor. It's not going to work. Yeah. It's not going to work. Your business and stuff that you can control, focus your efforts into that, work on that, do the trading stuff passively. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely makes sense. Okay, cool. Nice. So still on the topic of trading the prop firm funded accounts, what's your approach to, I'd imagine you both have multiple different accounts from different firms. What's your approach to trading them? Is it you trade one and you copy trades across all of them, or do you only take one trade on one, then you move on to the next to mitigate the risk?
Now I just copy everything all at once. So I'll probably buy like almost $1 million in funding across like numerous prop firms, and then just copy my trades on all of them. So if I lose, yes, I lose on all of them, but if I win all of them. So it's just quicker for me, because I'm not that fussed about losing the accounts, because I've had the payouts. I can risk all of that, so it's not a problem for me now. But previously, I would just buy one account. If I fail it, then buy another. But now I trade multiple all at once.
Oh, so you'd have. Oh, so before you used to just trade one account, and then just until that one's done.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you ever experiment with doing, like, having, let's say you got 500 accounts, you take 1% on that one, win or loss, the next trade you take regardless is going to be on the second one, and then the third.
No.
How come?
Because I have a tendency for greed. Because
Okay.
I know if I win this one, I could have won it on all the other accounts. So
Got you.
I just want it all at once.
Okay. What do you think's better for like the average person, let's say, that hasn't got the same tolerance as yourself?
Well, it depends. If they don't have a greedy nature, then if they're happy with one account after the other, then I think that's great for them. But if you have a greedy nature, you're not going to be satisfied with just one account, and you're just going to make stupid mistakes on that account, trying to over risk and whatnot, because you want to make as much as possible. But if you have a lot already in terms of accounts, then if you copy trade all of them, you'll feel a bit more satisfied, even by risking less, because there's so many accounts.
Yeah.
Because it's just more funding.
Let me ask you a question, yeah? What's the longest period of time in the last 2 years that you haven't received a payout?
2 months.
2 months. So during those 2 months when you weren't getting that paid out, how did you feel?
And that was literally these last 2 months.
So how did you feel during these 2 months?
It wasn't great.
Yeah.
But I have other sources of income,
Yeah.
so I was okay.
So, but would you say that you would feel better if you had one account at least giving you a 5K payout or a 10K payout?
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely.
that would offset things a lot. So my psychology is I've got my funded accounts. I'm making 2% on the account, waiting till payout. Yeah, and then jumping onto the next one. Once my accounts are in profit, I don't touch them. I wait till payout date, and during that period of time, I just do evaluations. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So if all my accounts are in profit, not all of them. That doesn't happen often. There'll be accounts that are in drawdown, but what it does is it makes sure that I'm getting paid every single month. Does that make sense? It's like normal trading. If you're for example trading a personal account that's got, let's say, 200K, if you go into 4% drawdown on the account for that month, you're not making any money. You're not getting paid from that. Yeah, that's 4% drawdown that you have to make back in the next month for however long it takes. All right. But the beauty about the funded account stuff is I could be in 4% drawdown on one of my 200Ks, but the other 200K is up 4%, and I'm getting paid out from that. So my thing is rotate the accounts, keep the payout small, 2%. Don't try and go for home runs. Keep it thingy just so you can keep the account long enough, because my thing is also try and keep the account as long as possible. 2%. Rotate the accounts, get to payout date, and then just rinse and repeat. If you don't have any accounts to trade or any accounts to get out of drawdown, do evaluations. That's how I think it. Because if I went through a month where I didn't get paid from trading, it would annoy me. It makes sense. I'd feel like a shit trader.
Yeah.
But the fact that I'm getting paid from at least 1 or 2 accounts, yeah, it offsets that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the feeling that you've got right now, I don't ever want to experience that. Makes sense?
Yeah, you
Because
definitely.
for me, trading is again, it's an ego thing. It's like, cool, I'm able to extract money from the markets where 95% of the population can't. Yeah, I'm going to lose a part of myself if I can't do that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Okay, so it's more of an ego thing for
Yeah.
you. Okay. It's definitely a smarter way to go about it that way. But again, I have the bigger payouts for a reason.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So I think, trading is really tricky. I think it's really down to, again, the individual, what you can handle, your experiences, and so forth. But I'd imagine for the average person, it's probably best, in my opinion, or let me say for myself, I find it easiest to trade when I've got multiple accounts that can mitigate the risk across. But I can also imagine, depending on what stage you're at in your trading experience, sometimes you're just like, not that I believe in myself so much, because I know, Zaki, you also believe in yourself, but you're like, I trust myself to take good trades, and I know the numbers play out eventually, so I can just take the same risk across all of the accounts and then just scale up my funding from there. So I think it just goes to show it's all down to the individual. There's probably not one right way to do anything. It's just, try both and then see what works for you, really.
It definitely comes down to your personality. The type of person you are is going to really determine the type of trader you are. So whether you want to go risk heavy or risk averse, or if you want to spread out risk across multiple accounts or whatever, it just comes down to you and who you are as a person. So yeah.
If you had to guess, what personality type do you reckon does best in trading?
The smart, greedy person, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Not the not frugal, what's the word I'm looking for?
Dumb. I don't know. The dumb, greedy guy who's just all about greed, but doesn't really think much.
Okay. And that's because there's no fear whatsoever kind of thing? Or
I think they just don't have any self-accountability or any sense of self-respect, maybe. So they just consume, greed. And that's like a really bad way to go about it. But if you have the urge for greed or anything like that, but you're also intelligent about it, you understand that, okay, I have this greedy nature, but I can go about it a better way. And I guess that's kind of what I've done. I do have the greedy nature, sure, but I've implemented a strategy and a system that really does complement that.
Yeah. Okay. Zaki, would you say you've got a greedy nature? I feel like every trader kind of has a greedy nature.
I think that's why men make the better traders.
Controversial.
Would I say I have a greedy nature? The only time I let my greed take advantage is during evaluations. That's what I would say. When I'm obviously trying to pass them as fast as possible, I will over risk. Well, I can't really do that on FTMO because they're restricting me to 1% per risk per hour, as well as restricting my lot sizes. But apart from that, I'll over risk, and obviously I'll try and increase my profit targets in order to pass the profit target faster.
Yeah.
But I feel like on actual funded accounts, that's actual money that's being made. That's actual money that's coming into my bank account, crypto account, whatever it might be. So I'm very, very, I wouldn't say that I'm greedy on the funded stage. I'd say that my greed takes over during the evaluations.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, that doesn't make sense. You just want to get over and done with quicker, essentially.
Yeah,
and
that's literally
you want to get to the...
Yeah.
Okay. So how much do you think the regular trader should risk per trade? Because obviously the standard is 1%, but that's probably based on a personal account, and you've got 100% to run through. Some people say risk less, some people say risk more. How would you approach a funded challenge?
A fund evaluation.
Sorry, evaluation.
So the way I do evaluation is a bit different now, okay? So, for example, if I was to, purchase accounts with Bright Funded, for example, yeah? Say I want to, what's max allocation with you lot?
400k.
So say I wanted to get 200k in funding with you guys, all right? Instead of simply just buying two 100k accounts, I'd buy four 100k accounts, okay?
Okay.
Now, the advantage to that is, if I just buy one 100k account, then my daily drawdown, is it 5% of you guys?
Daily drawdown,
Yeah, my daily drawdown is 5%. Whereas if I now have four 100k accounts, my daily drawdown is now 20%.
I see where you're going.
If I have 20% daily drawdown, my psychology is a lot better. Yeah, and I can obviously, I'm only looking to pass two of those accounts, so I can afford to fail two. I can leverage a bit more, risk a bit more. I'm not restricted to 5% daily drawdown, because that obviously plays a part with the psychology. Having 20% daily drawdown for the day, I feel like that's a massive game changer.
No, that makes sense.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, I've actually never thought about that.
That's what I've been implementing as of recently. It's like if I want a 100k eval, I'll buy. If I want to pass 100k, I'll buy four 100ks, and then So what I've found is when I buy four 100ks, at least two of them are pass. Yeah. With FTMO, I done four 100ks, three of them are passed. All right. So my strategy works. The numbers are normally in my favor anyway. So if I'm gonna go for a firm, I'm gonna purchase their evaluations up to the max allocations, but I'll split them four ways. Makes sense. So it gives me more daily drawdown to work with, and then just work on them like that.
I really like that. I do something similar, but in a really bad way, where if my account reaches like almost to my daily drawdown, I just breach it on purpose or just pay to reset it, because I can't be asked to wait for the next day. I just want to get into another trade to try pass. So I guess it's similar. Instead of buying four accounts, I just reset it on purpose. So I do pay way more, but It's just because I know that I have another 5% to trade with now.
Yeah.
So
Do you
yeah,
reckon
it's
you'll
a good way.
adopt Zaki's method now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Try it. It's
I might,
if the numbers in your favor, at least 2 of them you tend to pass.
but I always buy max allocation because I just want the biggest account straight away.
Yeah.
So I don't like splitting up the challenges because then again I have to switch between so many accounts.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Nice. Before we wrap up, I want you guys to give the best quote. It doesn't have to be related to trading, but the best quote that's stuck with you on your journey to becoming a successful trader. Zamco, you can go first.
With every hardship comes ease.
Okay.
And that's
I can't top that one off. I can't top that one.
You can't top the Quran.
Oh, long day.
No pressure,
This
mate.
guy, this
No
guy,
pressure, mate.
this guy went one quote.
Can't top the Quran. Go for it.
That's not fair.
It's not, but
One thing that I've always lived by is to get shit you never had, you got to do shit you never done. That's it.
okay.
Good one.
That is a good one. Okay, great. You know what? I think that's actually, let me quickly leave with a quote as well. I'd say just a basic one, the best loser wins. In the sense of like, I'm not the greatest of losers, but I think in trading you have to become accustomed to losing to be able to learn and then eventually become profitable, because I think it's that fear of losing which holds you back to actually achieve success. So I'd probably say for now that's the quote that stuck with me the most. But
That's a good one.
you guys gave good ones as well, so I might adopt them as well.
You know, with that, I usually smile when I take a stop loss. Like when the trade loses, I smile. I'm like, okay, I lost. But then I learn, why did I lose? What did I not see?
Yeah.
So it's a great learning opportunity. I constantly look at my stop loss. Okay, where did it finally reject from?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's why it took me out. I forgot to see that.
Yeah.
So I smile at the losses. I really do like them.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Being a good loser.
It's essential. It is. And sometimes the market does what it does, but you can't control it. And it makes no sense sometimes, but that's where you let the numbers play out in it. But yeah, thank you, gents, for jumping on. Just honestly a great conversation. And I think we definitely did part 2, because I noticed we didn't even touch on strategies, any technicals. It was literally psychology and just...
It was a good conversation though.
No, it was really interesting. So yeah, definitely whenever you guys want to do part 2, let's run it up.
Let's run it
and then-
up. Let's get a
Yes.
couple more guys in here.
Yeah.
Get the
However
room a
many you
bit
can
more heated.
squeeze. Yeah, let's do it. Some controversial stuff, and then we can go from there.
Looking
But
forward
yeah,
to it.
thank you, gents. Everyone that tuned in, thank you as always. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thank you. Peace.